Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with part three of my imaginations, dreams, and goals and plans for Italian football. As a huge fan of Italian football and Celtic as well. Hope you enjoyed this video, and please check out part 1 and 2 if you haven't already done so. And can't think of what else to say in the intro, but yeah. So I hope you enjoy this video, especially football fans, of course. And as I mentioned in some of my previous videos, I'd love to talk about football in a way that would encourage more people to get into football, or more people get interested in football, and that sort of thing. So anyway, here goes. So as I say, continuing on from part 1 and 2, so please check them out if you haven't already done so. And here goes. So number 21, I would love to encourage investors, sponsors, potential owners, and that sort of thing to invest in Italian clubs, and like have a goal of helping Italian teams to be as successful as possible. Like help to make Italian football great again. Yeah, so like people to have plans about how they're going to help Italian football to become as successful as possible. 22. I'd love to look at how to help Italian football in the future, to have, like, as I say before, like 5 to 10 year plans, and see what they can accomplish in terms of like doing well in the Europa League and Champions League, and even World Club Cup and stuff like that. So how they can compete with other leagues like the Premier League, the EPL, and La Liga, and other leagues around the world, and see what they can do to improve, like look into like director of football. And again, what I know I mentioned this before, but like what they can learn from other leagues and other teams around the world, and yeah, just look at how, like, what a club will need, a modern club, and how Italian football can improve and maybe become more attractive, like play more attacking football, and things like that, and like develop young players and things like that. Number 23, as I mentioned, I think it was in part 2, there was like there was a report that Bernard Arnault, one of the richest people in the world, or at one point the richest person in the world, amongst one of the richest people in the world, was going to buy AC Milan, but unfortunately that was said to be like a part of an elaborate scam. So, but I'd love to see Bernard Arnault buying AC Milan, and like maybe even co-owners, like, so there's different people, different owners and sponsors and investors who could own Italian teams. So it's not just one investor, so there's as much investment or money generally as possible. And also, like, even like Inter was, there's rumor that the P.I.F, I'm not sure how viable, or whatever word to use, this is, but Inter Milan may well be being bought by the P.I.F, Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. But again, I'd love to see like many different shareholders and owners and investors and co-owners and things like that investing in Italian football. So like, it would be interesting if both Milan teams were owned by wealthy owners like Bernard Arnault and Mohammed bin Salman and people like that, so respectively, so they could compete with each other. I know I mentioned this before, like in just as billionaires compete in like space race. So I think, again, like Fortune 500 companies like that invest, co-owning Italian teams together, and different and worldwide billionaires investing in Italian football. I even have like if I'm talking about my imagination or dreams, I would even love to see Italian football be like the Serie A, or the Italian league, or Italian football generally, to be like $1 trillion or even £1 trillion league and things like that. Number 24. Again, I think it would be great if people across Italy shared that goal of Italian teams doing well in the Europa League, Champions League, and World Club Cup, and like be proud of Italian teams doing well like that. So, like in the past, when AC Milan or Inter Milan won, I think it'd be great if all of Italy got behind them, and even if Juventus or any other team in Italy win a European trophy or a world trophy, they should get behind. They should be proud and happy. The rest of Italy as well, I think, should be proud and happy for them. Number 25, I think it'd be great if Italian football was marketed and very popular across Asia and Africa and around the world, and like improved relations somehow. I know it's a bit difficult because I know there's a lot of racism in Italian football, unfortunately, but I think it'd be great if somehow relations were improved through football and things like that. possibly especially with other republics, and most African and Asian nations are republics as well. So I think it'd be great if they had that, they used it, what they have in common to come together. And also migrants that come from Africa and other parts of the world that come to Italy could be welcomed into their country, and like they could have their own teams competing against town teams, but that would help them to practice. So young Italians, both immigrants and homogenous people, could practice together. So hopefully that would improve young players in the future. Number 26, I think it'd be great if I know I said it'd be great if the Italian league or Italian football was worth like trillions, but I think it would be also great if that was the case, that they would give back to countries that, for instance, that Italy colonized, like Ethiopia, Tunisia, and Eritrea and places like that. So they gave back from and also to charities and things like that. Because with great power comes great responsibility. So if they did make that kind of money, I think it would be good if they did a lot for charity. 27, I think it'd be great if the top, like say if a manager like Mourinho or someone like that wins, or any manager that's in Italy, in Serie A, whether they're an Italian manager themselves or whether they're an overseas manager, can invest, can be honoured for what they've contributed to Italian football, like Mourinho in the past, who won. I'm not necessarily his biggest fan, but he did help Inter to win the Champions League and the World, and what he was part of what helped to win the World Club Cup, and also other managers like that who have done well. Forgot the name of the person who helped to win the World Club Cup, but yeah, so those sorts of managers could be honoured, like they could be like the Wall of Fame or Hall of Fame or Walk of Fame, or even all three, which honours people like overseas owners who have pumped money into Italian football to buy great players or to invest in youth academies, or whoever's coached or managed youth development. So they've helped the team. I think they should be honoured as much as possible, like, and acknowledged about what they've achieved. 28, hopefully some of the negative images of Italian football, like the violence or known as boring or defensive football, or things like that, or racism or prejudice, hopefully those can be tackled, and those can be changed, and positives can be made. Number 29, I hope to encourage my fellow Anglo-Indians. I dream for all possible Anglo-Indians to support, and other Eurasians, especially Anglo-Indians, to support Italian football. And I think it'd be great if people across India thought that Anglo-Indians are cool. So if we wore the Italian football tops, like Juventus or AC Milan, then hopefully other people in Asia, or India, or across Asia will also do the same. And I'd love for people from Eurasia, transcontinental countries generally, the Mideast and the Mediterranean, to support Italian teams. And hopefully if we get more supporters, more people will want to invest in those Italian teams, and we'll have financial incentives, such as tax incentives. So I love Italian football to be tax exempt and things like that, for instance, which hopefully will encourage more companies. And like, as I mentioned with Bernard Arnault or people like that, or Mohammed bin Salman, if they want to invest in Italy, I think that they should be they should be like an access to invest in Italy generally, like in other assets in Italy. If they invest in a football club, I think that should be a portal to encourage people to invest in football clubs, so they could invest in other areas as well. And number 30, as ever, I'd love to hear alternative ideas or any new ideas or anything like that. And I'd love to hear your comments, likes and shares and things like that. And hopefully Italian football can become great again. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace and love.